And China has called for a ceasefire in the conflict in Sudan during Ramzan. China's envoy to the United Nations has urged the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary rapid support forces to achieve a ceasefire as soon as possible. The armed conflict has been escalating, particularly in Khartoum and central and West Sudan, with the two warring parties mobilizing for decisive battles. At a UN Security Council meeting on Sudan, China's permanent representative to the UN said next month the conflict will mark 2 years since its inception and there is still no sign for peace. He added that hostilities between the warring parties have continued unabated and the scale of civilian casualties and displacement has continued to expand, worsening the already dire humanitarian crisis. Aid officials said at the Security Council meeting that the conflict in Sudan has created the largest and the most devastating humanitarian crisis in the world. China has called on all parties to implement the requirements of the Security Council resolutions and create conditions for aid to follow in.
A week ago, the Security Council issued a presidential press statement expressing serious concern over the signing of a political charter by the Rapid Support Forces and other political factions and the announcement of establishing a parallel government. China has noted that the relevant parties have further signed a transitional constitution a few days ago. This move may exacerbate tensions and increase the risk of division, which runs counter to the goal of conflict resolution. China reiterates that Sudan's sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity should be respected, and the UN Charter and international law must be observed.
The envoy further noted that China has repeatedly stressed that all parties should protect civilians from the impact of the war and stop attacks on civilian facilities such as hospitals, schools and markets. Beijing's statement comes at a time when the Rapid Support Forces have frequently launched attacks on camps of displaced persons in and around Al-Fashir in western Sudan. China has urged the Sudanese government to provide necessary support and protection for some displaced persons returning home and vowed support to restore humanitarian channels to Al-Fashir and other places as soon as possible to ensure distribution of relief supplies.